join us, we are looking at how I said that recharge and get paid is not just about the airtime top ups. It is not just about the data bundle you'll be buying, the utility bills, and the Momo transaction. It goes beyond that. Okay, so for leaders who are building a community, who are building a team, you stand a chance of winning some awards and incentives based on your productivity on the platform. Okay, that is what we are here to look at. Now, if your focus or your target is in reaching this height, it means that the money, the referral program money, or the money that is generated from the affiliate program, okay, will be coming to you automatically in as much as you are targeting these awards and incentives. So that is what we are looking at. We are looking at the requirement and then a simple formula that can take us here in just few months. Okay, a simple formula that can take us here in just a few months. So that is why we have gathered here this evening, and it's going to be very brief. So stay with me as I take you through the procedure. Okay, so I said get a book and a pen. We want to do some few calculations. Okay, so I got to the Crown Diamond, which is the ultimate award, okay, which is the house award, in the amount of what, 340,000. The amount is 340,000 Ghana cedis, okay, and the PV that is required is what, 500,000 PV. Okay, so we have stated all the rank, the PV required, and then the award attached to it. Okay, now we want to go back. Okay, we want to go back. So this is the lifestyle recognition. This amount will be given to you in the form of maybe a MacBook, an Apple phone, a television, or a TV. That's a lifestyle recognition. It will be given to you in the form of this. And then we have the traveling. For the traveling, the company will agree on a country. It's just like a vacation. Okay, so a beautiful country, and most of the times it's in the it's in the UAE. Okay, UAE, that is Dubai and the rest. Okay, this beautiful place where we have holidays. You go and have holidays, and then you enjoy yourself. So that is the traveling. So your flight tickets, your visa, and everything will be taken care of. Your hotel bookings, the company takes care of all of this in the amount of what, 56,000 Ghana cedis. Like I said, I've been a beneficiary before, and I know what I'm talking about. So we have the first car and then the second car awards, which when you qualify, you'll be given the money to buy it. You'll be given the money to buy it. So the PV requirement here is that the first car, you must accumulate 100,000 PV. 100,000 PV to get to the first car award. And then when your PV accumulates from 100,000 to 250,000, you would actually be given your second car award, which is 112,000 Ghana cedis. And then we have the ultimate property. Which when your PV accumulates to 500,000, you are given 340,000 Ghana cedis to build either to build or to buy your own dream house. Okay, yes, and we want to look at a simple formula of how we can achieve these things in the simple shortest possible time. Okay, so let's go back to some basic calculation. I'm not going to use a higher subscription, okay, but let's agree on, should we use the beginner subscription, or we should use the the subscription is not just 120 cedis. We have 220, we have 320, 620, 920. Now all this is based on the level at which you want to earn up to. Okay, so the subscription depends your level at which you can earn up to. So with the beginner, you earn up to your third level. Now when I say levels, I mean, for example, you referred Mr. A. Okay, let's use beginner, please. Good. That is a good suggestion, because most of us gathered here are students, and most of our referrals or invitees will be students. So it will be very appropriate if we use the beginner. Okay, and like I said, you can upgrade when the need arises. You can do the upgrade, but for now, let's use the beginner, which is 120 cedis, 120 cedis to be on the beginner subscription. Okay, so we are looking at this. We want to use this basic calculation. Okay, now I want to ask you a simple question. How many people do you know that uses mobile phone? Can you count them? You can count as many as you cannot count. There are a lot of people around you. Thank you for your feedback, Jude. There are a lot of people around you. Almost everybody you meet in each day uses a mobile phone. Now, let's consider, or let me ask you another question. Do these people buy airtime? Do they buy bundle or data? Do they do Momo transactions? Do they let's pin our focus on just airtime and data alone. Do they, once you have a phone, you cannot go onto the internet without having data or bundle? Yes, so there will be the need for you to buy bundle. There will be the need for you to buy airtime. So this means that whether you like it or not, so far as you have a phone, you would definitely buy airtime or data. Okay, and then we are going to introduce them or expose them to a platform where they can gain a cashback on their own expenses on data and airtime. So I think it will be interesting. It would interest them to get to know about this amazing platform. Okay, good. So now you present the idea to them. Okay, you present the idea to them. So we are going to look at as many as the people you know who use a mobile phone. We are going to look at just 5 of them, just presenting the opportunity to 5 of them. Okay, so we want to start with the first one. So the one you see here is yourself. Okay, the day you register, you know, whenever you register, you are given 20% cash back on your own subscription. So out of the 120 cedis you pay as the subscription, you are given 24 cedis as cash back. This is for you. It's an instant money credited into your commission balance. Okay, for you to be able to buy airtime, test the data, and do all those things. But you can also equally withdraw it in cash. Okay, you can withdraw it in cash and it will be given to you. Good. And then you know the beginner subscription has what? 5 PV. Now the PV is the most important thing concerning our meeting for today. The PV is most important. So note that your own subscription or your own registration, you accumulate 5 PV. Okay, good. Now out of that number of people you know, who uses airtime data, you are going to just focus on bringing 5 people, okay, on board. Just 5 people to use this platform. Only 5. Our focus is going to be on only 5. Now let me ask you, how many weeks can you introduce this platform? Okay, how many weeks can you introduce this platform to 5 people? I need everybody's comments in the comment section. How many weeks can you use? We will find the average and then we'll use that in our calculation. I need everybody's comments. Okay, Jude, 2 weeks. Okay, Jude, 2 weeks. Another person, 2 weeks. Obeying, thank you for your feedback. 2 weeks. Any other person? How long? 2 weeks. Looks like the 2 weeks is running. Is taking the lead. 1 week. Okay. I need everybody's comments. So far as you are on the meeting, I need your comments. I need your feedback. A week. Esther, thank you. Esther Techua, thank you for your feedback. A week will do, but subscription will delay a bit. Okay, good. So let's assume a week, and then it take another week for them to get the money. So 2 weeks. All right. So I think majority of us are saying 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay. So we are going to base on our calculations on 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay, good. Yes, we are going to base our calculation on what? 2 weeks. Okay, good. Now let's assume the moment you join, the very day you join, this is you seeing yourself as one. You have made your 20%, which is 24 cedis. You have accumulated 5 PV. Now the first 2 weeks, so right, first 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Okay, the first 2 weeks you brought these 5 people on board. Okay, now once you brought these 5 people to use our platform, the company is going to compensate you 20% on their subscription. Okay, so that will be 24 cedis times 5, which will give you 120 cedis. And then you accumulate, first 2 weeks you accumulate what? 25 PV. 25 PV. Now, once you do that, the company sees you as a leader. Once you bring 5 people on board, even one person, the company sees you as a leader, because the CEO or the managing director will not come from Accra to teach that person how to buy airtime, how to buy data, how to navigate the platform. It is you who will teach the person. So the company sees you as a leader. Okay, that is why you are being compensated for what you do. So that once you bring just one person on board, you are a leader, and that person will be looking up to you. So these 5 individuals that you have recruited onto our platform, you are being compensated 20% of their subscription given to you, okay, which will be 120 cedis for these 5 people. And then you also accumulate 25 PV, because each of them will give you 5 PV. So 5, 5, 25. So your first 2 weeks, you make 120 cedis, you accumulate what? 25 PV. Good. Now your second 2 weeks, right? That will be 1 month. Okay, 1 month. Now you are going to mentor these people to repeat the same thing. And I am very sure that, since if those people were to be here, they will also answer 2 weeks, that it can take them 2 weeks to be able to do this. So you mentor them that this is a formula we are using for each and every person to be able to reach the awards and then the incentives targets. So they are going to also use what? 2 weeks, just like you used. It's going to be that kind of duplication formula. Okay, so it will also take these 5 people another 2 weeks to recruit 555. So that will be 55, 25 people. So in your first month or the second 2 weeks, 25 people will join your team. Okay, and then the company is saying that because you mentor these 5 people to bring 25 people, you are going to be compensated 20. Remember, these 5 people will also make their 20%, 20% each. But out of these 25 people, you are going to be compensated 10% each. Okay, so the 10% of these 25 people will give you 300 cedis. Okay, so in your second 2 weeks, which is 1 month, you have 300 cedis, and then you accumulate 125 PV. Remember that our focus is the PV. For the money, it will be coming to you. Our focus is in the PV. Good. Now you mentor together with this 5 and this 25 people. You have 30 people now. Now including you, 31, mentoring and bringing on board the 555, and that will give you 125 in your third 2 weeks, which will be 1 month and 2 weeks. Okay, 1 month and 2 weeks. In 1 month and 2 weeks, you would have 125 people joining you, following the same 5 formula. Okay, and then you being the first person, first leader, you are going to be compensated 5% on each of these 125 people, and then you'll be making 750 Ghana cedis paid to you, okay, as commission. And then you also accumulate 625 PV. So write it down, 625 PV. Okay, now the next 2 weeks, which will be the 2 months. Okay, in 2 months you'll be making up to 625 people will be joining you, because it is going to be 5 in that procedure. You'll be mentoring, we'll be teaching them to repeat that 5. So in the second month, okay, which is the fourth 2 weeks, there will be 625 people, and on your fourth level, you being on top as a leader, on your fourth level, you are paid 2.5% of all the subscription of these people, and that is going to give you 1,875 Ghana cedis. Okay, and then you also accumulate 3,125. 3,125. Let's write it down. Then it should repeat. Okay, so you have 2 months, 2 weeks. That's the following 2 weeks. you'd have 3,025 people, and you are going to be compensated 1.25%. Okay, and that will give you 4,687 Ghana cedis. And then you also accumulate 15,625. 15,625 PV. Okay, in your second month and 2 weeks. Then you will go to your third month. Okay, third month. For third month, you are going to have 15,625 membership. Okay, and then you are going to be compensated 1%. 1% of these people's subscription, and that is going to give you 18,750 Ghana cedis just with a beginner subscription. Okay, and you accumulate 78,125. 78,125. Please write it down, it is very important. Then we have the third month, 2 weeks. Third month and 2 weeks, you have these 78,125 people, and then you'll be compensated 1% of that, and that will give you 93,750 Ghana cedis. 93,750 Ghana. That's the 1% commission you'll be making from these people. And then you also accumulate a PV of what? 390,000. 390,625. Now in your fourth month, you have this number of people, 390,625. 1% of that will give you 468,000 Ghana cedis, 750. Okay, and then you accumulate the PV is you accumulate up to that's 1953125 PV. That is 1 million PV plus. Okay, 1 million PV plus. Now let's just end here. We are ending at what? Our fourth month only. So we did not talk about this last two. Okay, this last two we didn't talk about it. Let's just end at our fourth month. Now we are going to calculate this calculation on this 4 months that we have used. Now let's look at something. By the time you complete your fifth month, you should be making 14 million Ghana cedis. That is 14,651,506 based on this calculation. Okay, if we are all to go by that 5 by 5, of which you and I know that it is far beyond possible. It is far beyond possible that we teach them we mentor them that your first 2 weeks you have to get 5 people on board, and then we teach them that this is the target, and I'm very sure that each and everyone will love to take up the challenge and they will be able to do it. So if we are all able to do it, by the end of our fourth month, each of us should be making around 40,651,000. Okay, 40,651,000. But we always say that the efficiency of a machine is always less than 1, and there may be some inconsistencies somewhere. So let's assume that if all that we have talked about even fails, and then we made only 5% of this amount, okay, in this 4 months, we should be making around 732,000 Ghana cedis, which is a lot of money. Okay, 732,000. Let me mention it in the old Ghana cedis so that you know what we are talking about. We are talking about 7 billion in cedis. 7 billion, okay, 7.3 billion. And that is a lot of money. Okay. So I'm not going to talk about the 600, the other subscription. Now, let's come back again. What is the requirement for winning? The requirement for winning the lifestyle award? What is the requirement? How many PV do we need? Please, I need your comments. How many PV do we need? Did you write it down? I need someone who will be able to answer me. How many PV do we need to achieve the lifestyle award? I wrote it down. That is why I said we should get our books and our pen. Okay, so we said 25,000 PV. When you accumulate up to 25,000 PV, you will be given a lifestyle award of 14,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, 14,000 Ghana cedis. Good. 25,000. 25,000. Very good. So that 25,000. Now let's see in which of the weeks are we going to accumulate 25,000 PV. Now check in our third month. In our third month exactly, we should be making 78,125 PV, which means it's even more than. Which means it's even
The
more.
25,000 PV.
Good. Thank you for the feedback. Which means that it is even more than the 78,000 we'll be getting in our third month. It's even more than the 25,000. So it means that already in our third month we'll be getting the what? The lifestyle award. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Then the traveling. Okay. The traveling, we need a PV of how many? How many PVs do we need in the traveling?
60,000.
60,000. Now in our third month we made 78,000, means that the 60,000 is still within the 78,000. So in our third month we'll be able to win the lifestyle award, and then we'll win the traveling award as well. Okay, in the amount of 56,000 Ghana cedis. Now let's look at the first car award. We said
the 70 lifestyle award. Yeah. 3 months.
Yes, we are basing our calculations in 3 months. That is, if you started with that, we were using 2 weeks, getting 5 people on board 2 weeks. The only thing you have to do is to get 5 people. Once you get it, you are done. If you don't do anything and you mentor these people to repeat and duplicate the process, that is the calculation that we are using to do this. Okay, now we have seen that in our third month we'll be able to accumulate up to 78,000. Therefore we'll be able to win the lifestyle award and then the traveling award. Okay, then our first car award, we need a total PV of 100,000. Very good. I think this person is really following. Thank you for your feedback. 100,000. Now let's see in which week are we going to get our 100,000. Now in the third month and 2 weeks, we would have a total PV of 390,000, which surpasses the PV that is required for winning the first car award. We only need 100,000 to win our first car award, but in our third month and the 2 weeks, we'll be making 390,000 PV. Okay, which means that in our third month, getting to our fourth month, we should be able to win our first car. Second car award is 250,000 PV requirement, and now we have 390,000. Means that within the third month and 2 weeks, we should be able to win our first car and then second car award, because we have the community. You have a quite number of people. So if each of them should bring about 222, that should give you a huge number of PV to be able to qualify for the first car and then the second car award within your third month and then the 2 weeks. Okay, then the ultimate award, which is the house award, which the PV required is 500,000. Okay, now for the calculation we did, in our fourth month we should have 1 million PV. We should have 1.9 million PV, but we only need 500,000 to qualify for the for the car award. For the house award we need 500,000, but in our fourth month we are making more than 1.9 million PVs. If we are to follow this formula and we are serious, we are exhibiting that leadership quality, we are mentoring those people that we are bringing on board. Forget about the money will be coming. Once you are doing it, once you are taking up the challenge, the money will follow you. Okay, so it means that in our fourth month we should be able to qualify for our house award, which is far more than possible. I always say it is far more than possible. The only thing that is not possible is what you cannot think in your mind. So far as you can think it or think about it, you can achieve it. Okay, so in our fourth month we should be able to exhaust the ranks and then the awards. We should be able to achieve them all. What did you do? You only introduced 5 people and then you mentor them, you teach them how the platform works, how to buy airtime, how to do that, and you put the challenge also before them that within their first 2 weeks they should make sure that they get 5 people to use the platform. This is the only challenge. Okay, I was using 90 days, that is 3 months, but a little above 3 months. If we are serious about this, I can testify to you that you would what? You will be driving in your beautiful car. It is not magic, it is simple calculations and focus and determination. And if we are able to what? Follow this plan, we'll be able to get there. Now I want to teach you a recruiting formula. Okay, a recruiting formula, what will make you be able to achieve this. Now the recruiting formula is what? 10:2 ratio. 10:2 ratio. Write it down. 10:2 ratio. This means that when you talk about 10 people, 10 people, when you talk to 10 people about recharge and get paid, you have only 2 people registering. That is how this is just like a theory, and it works when it comes to affiliate programming. It really works. If you want to recruit or register 2 people, you need to talk to 10 people. Okay, you need to talk to 10 people, and I'm sure you can talk to about 5 people in a day. So 2 days you can talk to 10 people. So in 4 days you have 20 people, and then you have 4 people registering. Okay, so it means that in about 5 days you should be able to talk to about 30 people. If you are talking to what, about 5 people every day, in about a week you should be able to talk about 30 to 40 people within a week, and we are using an entire 2 weeks. So it means that it's possible. So note that when you talk to 10 people, if you are using this formula, that when you talk to 10 people, only 2 people will register. You will know the number of people you have to talk to or introduce the platform to before you can get the 5 people. Okay, this is just a theory or a formula. Okay, and it really works. For the 10:2, it is assured that when you talk to 10 people, at least 2 people would register. Okay, good. So you should, based on that, use ratio and proportion, and know how to calculate the number of people you have to talk to bring them on board. But remember that those 8 people who will not register, they will join you. They will register when they see you hitting the rank, the lifestyle, the traveling. When they see you traveling to Abu Dhabi, Dubai, these beautiful countries, then they will see that okay, so what you told us is true. Then those people will join you later. So even with the 8 people who will not join, based on this formula, they will join you when they see your success in this business. Okay, they will join you when they see your success in this business. So that is how to go about achieving the ranks and then the incentives. I think my Zoom time is left with just 1 minute 30 seconds to end, because I have not renewed my subscription. I don't often use it. I mostly use the company Zoom for the presentation, so I don't use my personal one. So I haven't renewed my subscription for this month. Okay, so it's going to end in 1 minute, but I think I have been able to communicate whatever that we need to be able to achieve or reach our dream targets. Okay, so this is the challenge. Let's take it up. Let's go by the 5x5 formula. You can also choose to go by the 10x10, which means a duplication in your earnings, and then a faster means of achieving the PVs, and then achieving the ranks and incentives. Okay, so if you have a question, I would want you to put it on the platform. I know we are students, and then we need time to go and do some other things. So if you have time, you can PM me directly, let's chat, or you can ask those questions on the WhatsApp platform. Okay, on the WhatsApp platform. Yes, so that is the way. It means that we've been able to exhaust how we can achieve this in how do you call it? Someone said Jude 10:10. Yeah, it is possible. Yeah, it is possible that you can make the 10:10. Okay, it is possible that you can make the 10:10. Okay, so let's all take up the challenge. We should see ourselves in the next 4 months achieving our cars, look, it is possible. I'm saying that it is possible because I know what I'm talking about. I'm here to assist everyone who wants to take up this challenge, and I know that we will